Remember a time when getting a movie meant a trip to a brightly lit store, rows upon rows of VHS tapes and DVDs, and the distinct smell of popcorn? That was Blockbuster, a global entertainment giant that once seemed invincible. Today, we live in the age of streaming, where countless movies and shows are just a click away. This transformation, largely spearheaded by Netflix, feels like a natural progression now. But what if I told you this monumental shift, this epic tale of corporate rise and fall, all began with a single infuriating $40 late fee? In the late 1990s, Blockbuster was the undisputed king of home entertainment. They boasted over 9,000 stores worldwide, a familiar sight in almost every neighborhood. Billions of dollars flowed through their registers annually, making them a retail powerhouse. Meanwhile, a tiny startup called Netflix was just finding its footing. Their business model was simple yet revolutionary for its time, mailing DVDs directly to subscribers. It was a niche idea, a quiet whisper against Blockbuster's roaring success. The year was 1997. Reed Hastings, one of Netflix's co-founders, had a rather unpleasant encounter with Blockbuster's policies. He had rented the movie Apollo 13 and, well, life happened. 6 weeks later, he finally returned it. The penalty? A hefty $40 late fee. Hastings was understandably frustrated. This wasn't just about the money, it was about the inconvenience, the punitive nature of the system. That moment of irritation sparked an idea. He began to ponder if there was a better way, a more customer-friendly approach to movie rentals. That $40 charge became the unlikely seed for a revolution. Hastings soon partnered with Mark Randolph, and together they began to flesh out this radical new vision. They imagined a world where movie rentals were simple, predictable, and free from hidden penalties. Their concept was groundbreaking: unlimited rentals for a flat monthly fee, no due dates, no late fees, ever. And the best part? Everything would be delivered right to your mailbox. Netflix officially launched in 1998, offering this audacious new model. It was a direct challenge to the established order, a quiet rebellion against the status quo. In its early years, Netflix was truly the underdog in this unfolding drama. It was a classic David versus Goliath scenario. Blockbuster commanded an enormous network of physical stores, a retail empire built over decades. Netflix, by contrast, operated with limited infrastructure. They started with just a single warehouse, meticulously packaging and shipping DVDs. It was a stark contrast in scale and resources. Yet, they had something Blockbuster didn't: a fundamentally different customer-centric approach. This difference would prove to be their greatest weapon. Then came the moment that would forever be etched in business history. In the year 2000, Netflix, still a relatively small player, approached Blockbuster with an astonishing offer. They proposed an acquisition for a mere $50 million. Blockbuster's leadership, blinded by their own success and perhaps a touch of arrogance, scoffed at the idea. They dismissed the internet as a fleeting fad. The notion of DVDs in the mail was met with outright laughter. This decision, made in a boardroom filled with confidence, would prove to be a monumental, catastrophic miscalculation. It was a moment of hubris that sealed their fate. While Blockbuster remained entrenched in its traditional model, Netflix continued to innovate. By 2004, they had refined their subscription service, offering a flat monthly fee for unlimited rentals. Customers could keep movies as long as they wanted, truly eliminating the stress of due dates. But the biggest leap came in 2010 with the introduction of online streaming. This move transformed Netflix from a DVD by mail service into a digital powerhouse. It was a game changer, solidifying their market dominance and ushering in a new era of entertainment. They didn't just adapt, they redefined the entire industry. Their foresight and willingness to embrace new technology set them apart. Blockbuster, realizing its error far too late, attempted to compete. They launched their own mail order service and even tried to dabble in streaming. But these efforts were too little, too late, and far too expensive. The consequences were devastating. Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy, a once mighty empire crumbling under the weight of its own inertia. The last company-owned store closed its doors in 2014. Today, only one independent Blockbuster store remains, a nostalgic relic in Bend, Oregon. It's a poignant reminder of what once was. Interestingly, Blockbuster's CEO at the time, John Antioco, actually saw the threat from Netflix, but his board ultimately fired him, unable to grasp the coming shift. That $40 late fee incurred by Reed Hastings wasn't just an annoyance. It was the trigger for a chain reaction. It sparked an idea that would fundamentally reshape the entire entertainment landscape. It ushered in the streaming era, forever changing how we consume movies and television. Blockbuster stands as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of missed opportunities and the perils of complacency. Their story underscores the critical importance of adapting to changing consumer preferences. It highlights the absolute necessity of embracing innovation, even when it challenges your core business. Imagine the value of that missed acquisition. Netflix, once offered for $50 million, is now a company worth hundreds of billions of dollars. It's a powerful testament to the idea that sometimes the smallest frustrations can lead to the biggest revolutions. Smash like, subscribe, and hit the bell.